long process. Me and my coworker, we work on a lot of things like that. Especially as far as like, we always say keep pushing it or going forward, goals, just small goals. And I think it's important, you know?
Important. What do you mean in like terms of goals? Like personal achievements or like notoriety for those achievements? Like,
I think goals need to change as you get older. 18, you know, or even goals and success go together. I think your definition of successful or balling changes as you get older. I'm 34. And you know, when you're 18 and you got $100 and a bag of weed, you're balling. You're good to go, full tank of gas.
Right.
And in your early 20s, you know, depends what route you take. If you go to college when you graduate. Me, blue collar, it was kind of like, if I could just make $20 an hour, you know, or if I could, you know, and then when you get there, or if I just want to buy a brand new car and you get there, and then I want to buy a house and you get there, and, you know, then it's kind of like, your definition of success is constantly changing. And once you have a car and a house and, you know, some money, it's always changing. To me, success now is, you know, what's in your 401, what's your portfolio like, you got a rental property. It's quite different than I can't wait to make $30 an hour.
But when you say you have like more responsibilities too, of course, but like there's also different things, like because throughout life you accumulate more knowledge of how to do things, so it's like, yeah, that makes sense, you change, but
you got to just keep setting that goal though, because if you get content just doing one thing, you need to push yourself to do other things to really, you know, build or get better at it.
Is it more difficult now to like do that?
I don't know. So,
because say like for example, like you're 18, you don't have to do stuff, right? You're just worrying about the weed and the money. You could do something and put your time and effort into it because it would have...
You have more time.
Yeah.
So that's definitely it. But it's different. When you're 18, it's like, I'm not going to pay someone to wash my car. I'm going to wash my car. And now it's like, I'm going to drive through and pay the money versus spend the time. So it does flip.
There aren't enough hours in the day to do all that.
And I never really thought of that. But there's definitely no time. There's no time.
What takes up the time?
Life. So, I mean, me being 34, married with 2 kids, I mean, you know, you have a full-time job, you gotta get home, and there's no time. From when you wake up to when I get home, there's no time. Even today, it was hard. It was like, Amanda's like, you need to be home for dinner, I had to go by the rental, and it was hard. Like, it was look at, straighten my work clothes.
Damn, I appreciate you coming here for real then. Well, anyways, too, but yeah, fuck, I see what you mean.
But there's no time, so, but I think that's one of my goals, and we've talked about it with my buddy at work, and I'm trying to make time for family, friends. Friends get a big one. Your friends when you're 18, man, you guys you're just close, the bond, you know, you see each other all the time. When you're older, you don't see your friends as much. The bond is still there, and it's different, man.
But each person has their own time. They gotta.
And now it's kind of like, you know, all my friends have kids, and we get together more now because the kids are around, you know.
But when you say like that time it's being taken up by is like what you're saying was work, family, friends, but like isn't that more of like a reward than say like if you were single, like, you know, same age, didn't have kids, you know?
But I think that's why when you get old people, so time goes by so fast in a blink. And it's not a good thing to be working all the time, but, you know, I work a lot, you know, I work a lot of hours, over 40 guaranteed, you know, and it's, at a certain point, you gotta think, what are you missing by having that free time? You know, it's kind of like, not so much free time with yourself, but just with your kids, with your family.
Yeah. So like so what do you mean? So like if you were doing something like say watching TV, could you be doing instead with that time to hang out with your family?
Yeah, exactly. But or even working or just, you know, you just gotta make time.
Yeah. No, I'm with it. Is it hard? Is it easier to make time now that like the kids are home from school? Like, cause schools are still closed, and that's like the online learning.
So my schedule never really changed. Amanda's home with the kids a lot, and it's stressful. So that's the thing. It's hard to be home with 2 kids all day.
So yeah,
It is hard.
I couldn't understand that.
And it's not an easy thing to work and be with 2 kids. Like, there's no.
Is it like difficult? Like keep getting them to stay. Do they get along pretty well though? Right?
Yeah, but it's just kids just want to play with you. They just need your attention.
Because they don't understand all the other stuff. They kind of think it's just. Pretty,
Well, it's just. I think all kids just want their parents' attention, no matter what. You could be Disneyland and they still want your attention, you know, or it's
Yeah, Disneyland would be weird. You'd think that'd be the place you could just be like, go, have fun.
Yeah, no. Well,
I don't gotta worry
as a
about
parent,
being
you really
kidnapped.
don't say that, like, alright, we'll meet up. They're a little too little for that. Oh, man.
Nah, I remember I haven't been to Disneyland since I was 6 or 7. Like right after my parents got divorced, my mom took me, and all I did was want to stay in the hotel and play in the hot tub.
Yeah.
She was like, "Oh, I took you guys all the way to Disneyland." So we'd go in, we'd spend maybe an hour or 2, and then I'd want to leave because I'd be like, "Oh, fuck this! I want to go play in the hot tub." And so one day it's the afternoon, and we start walking out, and I just happen to have my foot step into a planter and go, "Ow, my ankle! I can't walk anymore."
Yeah.
She's like, "Oh," and if you've ever seen my mom get mad, it is the worst because she gives you that like look, like I'm gonna fuck you up, but she doesn't say anything, and then she just kind of like grabs your hand like tightly, and you just walk back till you're out of public sight, and she fucks you up verbally.
Yeah, we go to Disneyland a lot. It's definitely my wife's favorite place. Disneyland is, it's the kids have a blast. You're just a little champion over here, huh?
But Wiz Khalifa said he could smoke an ounce a day. I think I could beat him.
An ounce a day? So I used to smoke a lot of weed. Now I smoke a lot of vapes.
See, like, I like vape, but I like to smoke consistently. Like, I have a bad habit. So it's just like, yeah, the vapor runs out quick.
Yeah, it gets expensive.
So, I think it was, we just picked up, I picked up 3 ounces the other week. I'm gone. I'm out of it. I need to pick up more. Bro. But you know what it is? Well, see, like, I have just money coming in from unemployment. The government's finally coming in clutch. So
yeah.
I'm like, oh, okay. Cool, I can sit here.
So me, I don't want to smell, ever.
Oh. Well.
And it's very important for me. Like, I don't want to smell. I don't want my kids asking questions. I don't want my work asking questions.
But like, you know how like when you smoke weed, you can't smell it yourself,
Mm-hmm.
but other people can? Is there a smell that comes from that?
Yeah,
like,
there is.
So it's like, well, see, I don't know if I can smell it. Goddamn. Oh, it smells like sour, almost like.
It's actually really fruity.
Mm.
I don't really like the ones that are purpley fruity. I kind of like them to taste like some White Widow, some train wreck that,
That's what I'm smoking right now, that White Widow. No, I'm excited. The Pineapple Express and the Acapulco Gold. I think it's now dubbed California Gold. It's almost ready.
Yeah, so I use Cannibal. Shout out Cannibal. They deliver it. It's expensive but convenient. Put me on that discount tier. No. It's
Hey, they could send you.
It's so convenient though. It's like boom, I get home. I don't gotta do anything. I can pay with a credit card. It's like, it's great.
That is better.
My other dude, I gotta go to the hood. It's way cheaper. It's really good weed.
Which hood we talking? Past the
East
tracks?
side Fresno.
Oh, up by like Clovis East?
No.
Where the Asians live?
No, East side Fresno. So like, we're talking like
That's from weed.
I don't know, Ventura and when Kings Canyon
Someone
turns
got
into
shot
Ventura.
out there at Ventura the other day, didn't they?
Probably.
No, someone did. I was like, oh my god. A lot of people have been getting shot in Fresno. It's like, oh, really? Like, they just walk up to their car at 4 a.m. and I'm thinking, who's parked in their car at 4 a.m. down there? And like, you never know, but bro.
You been shot at?
No, I've never been shot at. I've been at a party where there's been like a shooting.
Yeah.
But like then you just kind of grab your shit and run.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, that's the only thing. I've never been
no.
like directly shot at.
Yeah, I haven't. I mean, I don't think I've done or been like probably in the like or gotten myself like how they say you gotta get yourself into those situations.
Mhm.
Like you usually like
Just
if you're
big
around
parties.
guns, they kind of like they gravitate towards you. It's like a magnet. Like if you're fucking with them, But no, I've been in a fight with somebody, but
You had
like
a gun?
no, didn't have a gun, just like a fight in a movie
Like a
theater.
gunfight?
No, it's just a fist fight. Oh, it's
Fisticuffs.
fisticuffs.
So that's a real word.
Really?
It's actually means fighting with fists.
Fighting with that sounds like some like ancient Chinese martial art like
My wife was like, "That's not a real word." I was like, "It's fighting with fists." There's more than one way to fight.
Well,
Fisticuffs.
what would fighting with feet be? Footsticuffs? You know what I mean? Like you just like what the fuck was that? And they hit you with their foot, like in the Zohan.
You got a producer? Someone Google that. Someone Google this.
Foot.
And Nancy.
Nah, she's on what do you call it? Not
Party chat.
House party.
House party. Shout out house party.
Well, I don't understand
Tier
those.
discount.
I don't understand those.
So house party,
terrible.
my mom invited me, and we use it so she can FaceTime the children.
Oh.
House party is for people who don't have FaceTime.
What about Zoom or Skype?
I don't. So my wife does all that with. Should I be saying my wife or Amanda? Like, am I talking to an audience?
See, like the audience. I don't know. See, because like people listen to it, so I'm not sure. Because only
Should I say my wife Amanda?
I guess you could, and then from there, I guess you could say.
Amanda.
I guess. I don't know. Would she want you to say her? I say names, but usually
Codename?
not last names. Because people, like, because names are so generic. There's, like, probably at least 100 other Roberts out there. At least.
We could be Bob.
Bob. Oh, no, I don't like Bob.
You know what?
Fuck Bob, bro.
There's a Robert at work, and I call him Bobby.
Bobby.
Hank Hill.
God.
Bobby. So Hank Hill was great, man.
Or Ricky Booby. Ricky Booby.
Ricky Booby.
Bruh. Sacha Baron Cohen. I saw him. He did a video the other day. He interviewed OJ. He disguised himself as an Italian person and was talking. He's like, so do you ever just want to
Does he do this on YouTube or real TV?
Oh, no, he had hidden cameras, and then he released.
I know, but was it on? Where did you see it on TV?
I saw it on YouTube, but I think it was on Netflix or some movie thing. He does all that undercover shit. I think it's dope. Remember Bruno came out.
Bruno.
Bro, Bruno was fucking. I thought Borat was off the charts. Bruno was worse. He had the controller in his ass. And he's handcuffed naked to another guy, and they call up the room attendant hey, can you help us? And he opens the door what the fuck? No. I'm just bro,
Oh man.
See, that's why I like some of the trolls and stuff on social media, where it's not they're just trying to.
6ix9ine.
Oh, bro, he's hilarious.
Oh, he's 6ix9ine.
It's the security guards, and it's bro.
So you're with it.
Yeah, well, honestly, I don't see why it's so bad that he ratted. Don't. I understand loyalty if it's to your friends, but they set him up and they robbed him and fucked his baby mama. That's interesting. I mean, she had horse teeth anyways, bro. But no.
Yeah, that's true though. I mean, You know, I get it.
And I mean, it's like, I don't know. Bobby Shmurda is not coming out of prison soon. He'll be out like next year. Remember that song? I'm not sure if I'm.
That one?
No.
We could go.
Oh yeah, we could go.
Freaking hell.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah, Bobby Shmurda.
Get up at my draft house. That one?
Yeah, yep. The Shmoney
Yeah.
dance.
Yeah.
That was good. Yeah, he was on Jimmy Kimmel.
I thought he was in jail.
Yeah, he is. He got into a fight. I think that's why they denied him parole. I'm thinking, why would you be fighting? In prison?
Maybe someone. Maybe have someone
No,
try to take your
the
manhood.
best before and after for prison, bro, was Gucci Mane. Looks like a clone. It's not even the real Gucci.
Really?
I don't think so.
It's a
It
Cheryl
might be.
Gucci.
It could be. Or like, maybe like,
it's counterfeit Gucci.
Oh.
From China.
Bro, the Chinese always have that good shit, though.
There's like a big influx of. You can buy all kinds of counterfeit products from China. Such as anything.
Oh, that's true.
You could even get what were they selling? Like fake bottles of lean and like to fake designer to.
I'm not gonna lie, that's pretty fucked up.
I can't believe what else? They were talking about crazy stuff that they were faking in China.
The paint on toys, full of lead. Oh,
What is that?
smoke buddy. Well, the smoke's still coming out of me. It doesn't work, but
So
So
what
you
we
go
used
there.
in my day was a toilet paper roll with a sock and then dryer sheets.
and then you rubber band. Yeah,
Works pretty good.
I was thinking about that, but then I was like, you gotta change the sheets. And then my mom would be like, "What are you doing with all these sheets?"
Well, it actually does start to get like resonated. Use a lot of
Oh,
Yeah.
so it'd be like starting to turn like black
brown.
and shit.
Brown.
See, my mom likes the resin though.
She smokes resin.
See, she says like, my generation,
Dude.
like we smoke that. I'm like, that's not weed. That's
Well,
like ash.
I would smoke it because I was poor for a long time, so I would run out of weed and smoke the resin.
Oh.
Actually, I've gotten high as fuck off resin. It's a different high. It's a brutal high. You can get a headache from it.
Is it like hash?
No.
See, cause like I got some.
It's like it tastes nasty, but once you get it going, just fucking cherry it, get it going, and you'll blow out this fat cloud, and then you're high, and it tastes
So
like
do
ass.
you have to hold it in a long
But
time?
even me, like, so you're like, I want some premium. Doesn't matter.
No. Oh, some like weed, like.
Yeah, I
weed-
want,
but
like,
see, like
if
where
I
you,
buy it, I
you have
wanna
to
buy,
get
like-
it. Well, from a dealer.
No, dude, you go to those
Or,
sessions, and you pay $5 to get in, and it's fucking.
No. What?
What?
Sessions? A
The
session?
smoke sessions that are going around online.
Now?
Yes.
Currently in Fresno?
Yes.
What?
Well, this was
Oh.
pre-corona.
Oh.
But I think they're still going on. Yeah, they are. Dude, they're basically farmers markets for weed.
Ooh.
You pay $5, you get in, you get a fucking raffle ticket. They give away shit.
I never went around.
I've been to ones with live rappers. There's food outside. You can get like weed ice cream, and there's like maybe 30 vendors. Everyone is selling weed. They have fucking bags of weed.
Is it discounted?
Yeah.
Ooh.
So I was buying cartridges for $20 a gram. And I'd buy like $200 worth of them. But they were all counterfeit.
Oh, so like.
And then I stopped
people
doing that.
do
But there's fucking hella weed. So
Well, 'cause you know they put
I guess
that
an
oil.
ounce of weed. Now, it varies, but it's pretty cheap. But you could get really good weed. I guess it'd been about 200, 220. Really good though. Really good. Like really, really good. I want to say a quarter is like 110, 120.
A
something.
quarter?
A half, sorry. A half. So 220 would be like an ounce.
220 is a good amount for an
Mhm.
ounce. I
Well,
don't know.
yeah.
I can get 150 ounces.
I can too, but I want something good. Like,
But see, yeah, I want something with like purple and shit, and like you got
no,
all
I
the
want
arrows.
something like fire, like from a fire.
Dude, what you mean?
Dude, you need to go though, because you can go and pick it up and look at it, and then go to the next one. They had a lady there who only sold food. She had like bacon and they have samples.
Actually, that would be a good
ice
sales
cream.
tactic. Lure people in.
What else do they have? Fucking crazy shit.
Do they have weed ice cream?
Free dabs.
What?
Yeah, like there's samples.
That
like,
almost seems unsafe.
dude, there's
like if someone
security guards walking around with fucking guns.
But like, what if you haven't taken a dab? Like, what happened the first time you took a dab?
No, these people are professional stuff.
No. I'm saying like they're people. Oh, so okay. I'm just
There
saying.
ain't no
say
rookies
someone
there.
walks in like, oh.
No, they had mushrooms and acid. So the guy had acid tabs, and he had big pictures of the whole sheet, like to prove like this is the sheet it came off of, and he had it all fucking.
How much were a tab? I don't know. I could want to do a tab.
And then he had mushrooms. They had a guy with a fucking keef. It was only keef. Different levels of keef. Like blondest blonde you can buy to the grade 8 bag. It's all from.
There's different colors of keef.
Yes. Like the regular shit, he was just scooping out in teaspoons.
Oh.
It was like a jar of keef, like a tub. Yeah, tub is the right word. It was impressive. Yeah, there's smoke
How
sessions.
would you even get all that keef? Like
they're from when they're
just,
processed.
And you just store it up.
No, it's probably all the trimmings. They just bubble hash it. Like the hash bags, right? You use ice water.
Oh, okay.
Hash.
I heard about something
It's
like that.
the best because it's clean.
Yeah.
It's just ice to separate it. And then there's different filtered bags. So the first bag you pull only pulls like the blonde ass. And it's literally white almost.
See, I remember getting keef and whatchamacallit, sprinkling it on weed.
Yeah, but like your grind.
Or like throwing it in a joint.
Yeah, this is you buy grams of keef. You could buy a quarter of keef, or a half ounce of keef. It was insane.
No, I bought 4 grams of keef at a time before, and I sprinkled it over like a quarter pound. But so like, what if you were to mix all that like in with that? Oh fuck, I don't even know where I'm going with that.
So when I was in the Ultimate store,
Yeah.
we went to Precision Plastics and we had them a 6-foot bong made, and we sat there and they have all the fucking piping on display, and we pull them out and that's fucking perfect, bro. And then we fucking had them cut it at 6 foot, and then we bought a base, a big square piece, and we're buying acrylic glue, and the guy was like, "Hey, I saw what you guys are doing. You want to get that waterproof glue?" And we made a 6-foot bong that you couldn't even light it yourself. And the goal was to clear it. So we drilled out a hole, we put a legitimate glass downstem, glass on glass seal, legit. And we take 2 lighters, and we would suck through in one rip a 6-foot fucking bong. Later, we put an extension on it. We found a little tube that fit inside the top, probably hit about an 8-foot bong. And we would suck it through. Suck the bowl through, pull it, carve it, 6 foot.
Where did you guys come up with that? Like, did you just
So
think
me
it
and
up?
my buddy Cameron, rest in peace, we were ultimate stoners. I grew up in the country, and we would go out, and we were professional weed bankers. So we would go to the country, my mom was out there, and we would follow the river, and pretty much if you're growing weed out there, you need access to that water. And we've found everything from little mechanical pumps, you just simply follow the irrigation up, to trails where you follow it up. Nope, go to the next trail, just keep walking up the river. When you find the right trail, you'll smell it. So harvesting is like October, right? When you find the right trail, November, I guess. Actually, September. Yeah, September would be off. We were always going about September. You find the right trail, you climb a tree, you're gonna find it. But we'd steal pounds and pounds of fucking weed. So I want to say our sophomore year, I mean, we were making thousands of dollars. We were selling pounds for like $200. Just fucking get rid of it.
Whoa.
And my buddy Cameron had a huge house in Clovis, and his parents were divorced, and he basically lived there by himself, right? And we fucking hung weed everywhere in the house. Like, you walked in, and it was fucking just, and a beautiful, it was a $600,000 house.
How did you, like, dry it all out?
That's how we hung it. So we dried it, we hung it. So we fucking chopped up, stole it, hung the whole plants whole, right?
Yeah.
Did the pre-dry, and then we fucking cleaned it. We were paying people ounces just to come and help clean. And about 16 years old, you couldn't imagine the glass on glass pieces we had. We had roar bongs, pure bongs. I mean, back then, these were like something you really didn't have. And it was all from fucking stealing weed. Cameron bagged his truck. It was,
How'd you guys get all, like, so when you'd come and get it, you'd chop it?
We chopped it.
How'd you carry all of that weed?
2 trips in trucks. 2 trips. So the big one, we were looking out like we always do, and it was like, there was a river, and it was pretty far and deep, but we could see something, and it was like, I think that's fucking weed. And I want to say it was my buddy Joe, it was 3 of us, and he took his pants off and went across the fucking water, and he was just, came back running, doing a little dance. And we went over there and we took as much as we could carry. We took it back. And then I'd say 2 or 3 days later, we realized we're like, okay, we need to go back and get the rest, you know. And we went back and got the rest. It was probably a little bit premature, which is why I think they didn't harvest it when they found out we got them. Because we did hit them twice.
So
Which
they
is
didn't notice
stupid.
it the first time because it was
Yeah.
too early.
Well, they knew it.
Oh.
But they were probably like, fuck, I hope they don't come back. Let's just try to finish it. You know what I mean? Because when you find weed, so this was one of our first big ones. We learned a few things. You never go back.
No.
You
Never
never
return
go
to the
back.
scene.
You never return. That is how you die.
Yep. Oh yeah.
That is
no.
how you
oh
die.
yeah. That happened up in California.
Well, there happened to one of, yeah, I mean, my buddy PM, his little brother got shot. He was only like 16 years old. They were stealing weed from some Asian. Our people. Yeah, but
Hey, you talk about the weed.
yeah, but and I also learned. What did I learn? You don't go back. I don't know. I think that was it. Oh, you wait. So the next one we waited. We found it and it was premature, and we waited, and it was kind of like you're playing a little risk, but it does kind of sucks in on pounds and pounds of fucking. It was good enough to sell because it was obviously weed, and the way there was no seeds. Back, this is early, man. This is like 2002. Stress was still around, but I want to say around my generation, my age group is probably the first group that I never really smoked stress. Chronic was always around, but it was still, you could buy either or.
Stress and chronic?
Stress and chronic.
What's the difference?
So stress has seeds. Like, it was still coming from Mexico and it was fucking smashed.
Oh, that cartel.
And you could
weed.
buy like an ounce of it for like a gram of. No, maybe it was probably like a quarter to a gram. Literally, chronic was like new, like Dr. Dre chronic, like that was all still Indo, you know.
Oh, okay.
And so it was outdoor weed, but it was good. It was definitely. But yeah, we stole a lot of weed, man, and it's probably why I smoke so much weed to this day. But anyways, I was such a huge stoner. I mean, dude, yeah, I've smoked. I mean, we smoked a quarter in a day. We smoked a quarter blunt, you know. We rolled to parties and just passed around ounces, basically. We were here, whatever.
Shit. Just ounces?
Just we would have this tin, and we would just fucking pass up. We had, I don't want to say a pipe because we had nothing but sick fucking bubblers, wizards. Like, yeah, we just passed around, and we broke them all. I mean, you can't only have a pipe. I mean, I've owned 15 fucking bongs in my life easily. Yeah, I think I've given you some, haven't I?
Yeah, I got one in a brown. Man, that bomb, the stem is stuck in there with so much resin. It's not even like, oh wow, there's resin in there, bro. That shit's fossilized in there. It's like rock. It's like, oh, I'm not even getting this shit out.
You need some sort of solvent and like just let it sit, you know? Dude.
There's no room to get the solvent, bro. It's like,
Yeah, I've broken so many pieces.
bro, I hate when that happens. I was smoking in my high school parking lot one time at night, and my friend Bryce had the bong. And he goes, and I'm just turning around, and I just hear, shh, and he goes, oh no. And I turn around, it's just in pieces. I was like, oh.
Yeah.
And I was so high, I was like, oh,
Yeah.
fuck it.
I've been so high and just go to sit on the table, clunk, like, oh, yeah, everything. I'm just.
One time I was going to class, right out here out front in the driveway. I was going to put my bong in the back of my car, right? Because I was going to go take a test and right after smoke. Nope. I tripped and the bong shattered in the driveway.
I used to roll with a
So
car
bad.
bong. It was a little plastic. I call it my car bong, and I would just keep it in my car.
Oh.
So I was always a bong guy. Like I love, we call them BTs, bong totes, or snaps. APAC and snap. We never passed the bong. It was one hit. You know, you get a bolt. It was like.
Did you ever snap rimmers though?
What was that?
Like to the rim? To the brim?
Oh yeah, we would snap a gram with Keith. We could snap a gram.
Shit.
Me and Cam. So like in our heyday, like Cameron, we fucking gave him a fucking gram and then just put a bunch of Keith on it. And yeah, he'd suck it through in one fucking rip. I can't do that anymore.
Nah, first time I ever did that, I was in the parking lot at the Clovis community up here. And we're sitting in there, it's like summertime.
It needs to make a sound. Like,
No, it doesn't.
shoo, shoo, or like,
It's like
I don't know.
it just goes wee.
No, like some weird. I feel like you're trying to make a sound. That's it. I don't. Cheeks all puffed out. I'm like, what is the sound, bro? I don't know, harmonica sound or something.
Oh, that would just goes.
Yeah, like.
But I'm up there in the parking lot, and I snap one of those on a dare. So they go, Robert, snap this. Dare you? Yeah, they.
Yeah, snap one
And,
on dirty.
and so I snap it, and I green out. And I was still getting into weed.
What does green out mean?
Like when you get so high, you get like kind of nauseous. Things get dizzy, and you gotta throw up. So I go throw up outside, pass out. 3 hours later, I wake up, and I'm like, oh shit. And they're like, hey, you know, it's like almost time for you to go to work. Remember? Bruh, I had to rush and go work at Deli Delicious. That was the worst shift ever. That was the day I broke. That was the day I was in the back with the vinegar. I had the mop, but I didn't see the like spout on the vinegar. You know, like those containers with the spout on the front.
Like
Kinda
plastic though, right?
Yeah, like a plastic spout. Oh no, like the ones like where you push the little tab and it goes psst, like that you fill up from a water thing.
Yeah.
And yeah, well I guess I broke that off and I didn't notice. So like all the vinegar spilled out and I was in the front. My coworkers, Tiffany and Raquel, they call me back and go, hey, like bro, what the fuck? All this vinegar is here. It smells terrible. So I'm like, oh shit. So then I go and I like run, grab the mop, and the mop was leaning over the table under the lights out front. And I didn't see it like where the handle was, like the tip. I was just kind of looking at the base where I was grabbing, and I shattered the mop, or like hit the mop and shattered the light. Glass goes everywhere, and they run out front. They're like, "Oh my god, are you okay?" I'm like, "Oh shit, there's glass everywhere."
You're just fucking up.
Yeah, I was like, "Oh wow, this is not a good day."
Yeah.
That Deli Delicious didn't replace that light for over 2 years.
Did they fire you?
Oh no, I left. So in my resignation letter, right?
You wrote them a letter?
Yeah, because you know you gotta give them a 2 weeks notice, right?
I
But
would have just gave them a verbal.
No.
It's LED,
It was
bro.
better, bro. So I wrote, like, with the first letter of each paragraph, I capitalized it, and I spelled out, fuck you. Right? Yeah, I know. I'm terrible. I really need to
Pretty
get a
creative
job.
though.
Yeah, I thought so. I mean, well, I did get soup from there one time. They didn't pay me overtime. So, oh yeah, here it's going. They didn't pay me overtime, so I got a bag of soup from them. Coconut chicken curry. Like one of those $60 bags of soup.
You stole it?
Huh?
So one time my buddy, he worked at DeChico's and he would steal their food. And he brought a tray of lasagna. And it's like the size of this table.
I just grabbed it.
We ate lasagna forever. But they,
Fucking Garfield,
dude, but they
bro.
would talk about... Oh, man. Yeah, they would talk about smashing cockroaches, though. It was just
Ugh.
like,
Oh,
I don't want to.
No, there's this one-eyed lady in the back, like this
In the back of what?
In the back of Deli Delicious where I work. This 4 foot, like 10, maybe 9, Mexican lady named Ale. One eye, the other one was kind of like milky.
Yeah.
I was like,
Cataracts.
like, and she would just, the only thing she'd do was the grill, but she'd never clean it. So it'd just be crusted on there like layers of like grease and shit. And she'd sit in the back and color because she didn't understand English, but the few words she'd understand were fries and hey, fries, and you see here. And she'd just come up out of nowhere. You'd be doing the right thing and she'd go, no, like this. And she'd just grab shit. It would be weird. But her brother, he said he used to be in the cartel. He was the owner. And he brought her over from Mexico. So we found out she didn't have a green card or anything. So I guess that's why she sat in the back and colored all the time. So she was out of the front.
I feel like there's a lot of people in that. Like, I work with a lot of people.
Oh, no, it's fun. But, like, she's mean.
Oh,
She's a mean person. Oh, bro, she'd get on your ass about it. That's what I'm saying. Like, she's cool. I'd be fine if she had one eye.
Yeah.
Well, she does. But you know what I mean? Like, I'm fine with that. I just go, but when you get on people and get on their ass about shit they're doing right just because you're bored,
Yeah.
she'll sit in the back, like, there's a corner, she'll pop her head out around the corner and look at you and it's like, ooh, that type of coworker.
Really?
Did you have to work one of those jobs? It's minimum wage
I went
usually.
to Baskin Robbins.
Yeah, but you were usually, like, your own boss there. I remember you, like...
I really have only had my one kind of... I've only had like maybe 3 jobs.
Oh, I've had, like, 8.
Yeah,
like
one
5
was
in
at
a 3
Baskin
months.
Robbins in high school,
Yeah.
and then I got kicked out of college because I never went, and I had to get a real job, and that was at a machine shop, and I used to sit at the saw. I was a saw guy, and I would just cut the fucking thing off.
Oh.
It was horrible. And my buddy, he ran the front office. He was like a, I don't know, office guy. And that's how I got the job. And one day they were like, hey, what happened? I think I like kind of moved up from like, saw guy to like deburr guy to operator. And then they're like, hey, you want to learn how to do this? And they're like, we'll pay you to go to school. And I was like, cool. So I went and I had to ask the dean to let me back in at Fresno City. And they did. And I was able to take the little classes. And
How many,
was
like,
10
was
years
it like,
ago.
how many classes or like, was it
It
units?
was a unit. I think it was Cam 10 through 40, so it was 4 classes.
Of chemistry?
No,
Oh.
Cam, computer aided machining.
Oh.
Cam and
What-
CAD, computer aided drafted.
Is it like, do you have like labs or something that where you have to do hands-on?
So it's just one class where they have little CNC machines
What's
in
a
the
CNC
room.
machine?
Computer numerical control. So basically now if you were to make anything, you're going to use a CNC. Nothing, so this would be CNC.
So
No one's making that by hand.
Oh, okay. So
I would
like
design it
mold
on a computer, and then the machine makes it. It used to be a guy like moving a lathe or a mill, you know.
Yeah, and it'd have to like grind it. And edge it and
Exactly.
everything.
That is all computer.
But now it's all. So does the machine do that? It grinds it all instead?
So you still lock it into the vise, and you have the head comes down, and it all moves, and it can make whole tolerances that you can't even.
So that's like a pretty rare skill to have that then, like to be able to know how to do that.
Yeah, I mean, it's not a big industry, yeah. So like, there's not like, you're not like you. So if you're coming out of high school, no one's going into this, because no one knows about it really.
Right.
But
And you'd have to figure out through just kind of going through that job.
And college teaches you like the basics, but it really doesn't even teach you what you need to know when you get to a real job. You know, it's
No.
it's not even like.
It's book stuff.
Yeah, it's like it's almost not even useful. It's kind of like, because to be honest, what I use is we don't even use what I learned at Fresno City because it's a different program that we use, a different software. So I learned everything there at the shop. You know,
so like what you learned.
It didn't even pertain. Not even a little bit.
Wow.
And then what they want you to know are like, because you don't really come in and just start designing. Yeah, That's like the upper part of it. You come in, they want you to run it and measure it and hold these accuracies, and it's like, how do I do that? They just taught me how to draw it on the computer. The computer does it, right? And they're like, it's like, no, it's not that easy. There's other variables in the real world that when you put it out there, it doesn't just spit it out. You still have to control this or adjust this, know how to do this. It's like, oh, you know?
Shit.
I didn't learn none of that.
See, that seems to be a lot of the cases in college shit, because they teach you shit there, but then real life, it's never like a book, because real life is always, there's something.
Exactly.
There's always a change.
Yeah. And it's just how you go about solving things. I think your experiences in life kind of dictate how you go about solving things. So if you have more experiences in life, maybe you have more ways of solving it than I've only seen it done this one way, so that's the only way it's doable.
See, yeah, I don't understand that whole there's only one way to do it mindset. It seems kind of narrow-minded, because...
Exactly.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Life, bro, 2020 is like, bro, never expected this shit. So
Yeah.
it's like, anything can happen. And
Yeah,
so,
and then there's like street smarts and book smarts, and the real world, I mean, this is my opinion, but I've seen so many smart people who don't do anything because they don't have the drive, versus people who barely made it through high school that are so successful because they have nothing but drive.
what do you think might be the case of why they do or don't have drive?
I think that's something that you already have by the time you graduate high school. You're gonna either have that in you or not, and that's.
Can someone learn it?
I don't know. Maybe you can. Drive can be equated to goals. If you were to just keep setting yourself little goals, it could be drive. But I feel like people with drive, it's like, wow, you have a good job, and you quit, and you found a better job. Versus someone like me, where it's like, wow, I have a good job, I'm content, I'm not gonna quit, I'm safe, I'm comfortable.
No, I wouldn't say that, bro. You seems like
Well,
you got drive. I mean, if you're going to classes, you're learning all this stuff. I mean, you could have just not taken the classes. I mean,
I think
bro,
it's risk, yeah.
A lot of people wouldn't take those classes, but you went
Yeah.
to do that to get that skill, to get that, like, certificate or
Yeah,
degree.
it's just a certificate,
It's like,
really.
yeah, and to have that skill, if not a lot of people have it, seems pretty rare.
Yeah,
You
I
can
mean,
do
it's
something with the machine.
You know, it's I don't know. I feel like drive, though, is really... Because you could be a gardener, bro, and if you got enough lawns and you're willing to hustle hard enough, I mean, what's your mom pay your gardener?
Shit, I don't know.
You probably make good
Yeah,
money.
sometimes they